remember, this was the person that had almost passed by their access or their ramp to this road and then just darted over. Now they're permanently living in the ditch, and it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but it's also illegal or unlawful, however you want to say that. It's the only time you're allowed or permitted to cross that white line is emergency situation. Emergency. Doesn't mean getting on your phone and calling somebody or checking a text or taking a piss. It's in an emergency only. And the reason why is because, oh, look at this. Old Wallflowers truck here. You know, one headlight. Which one am I? I'm going to go with the Wallflowers truck first. So it's May 6th today. I think the last time we documented it just turned May. It's been well over a year documented on this channel. Headlight out. You're supposed to do a circle check every day. Actually, every time you get in your vehicle, make sure that everything's safe. Having daytime running lights or 2 headlights on is Canadian law since 1989. I can appreciate that it looks like it's a younger person, younger male, and maybe this is his first vehicle, but that makes it more important. With all that being said, because it is your way of getting to work, it's your way of getting money, going to college, whatever it happens to be, you take care of that vehicle. Stop being so selfish. You know that those headlights are burned out. You've replaced those headlight bulbs because it's an aftermarket super white bulb, so you know what's going on. But back to this guy crossing the white line yet again. Part of the reason why, oh look, there's another one, no headlights at all. So again, you've done something to defeat the daytime running light system, or you unlawfully had that vehicle certified somewhere by some person that's not qualified to certify vehicles and put it onto the road. Either way, it's illegal. The reason why partially that it's crossing this white line is unpermitted by the Highway Traffic Act is because you're going to start kicking up stones. And this very vehicle here had that happen, broken windshield because of somebody like this, and it cost me $2,200 to replace a brand new windshield on a brand new vehicle that was no more than 6 months old at the time. So yeah, I don't get it. It's not hard to place your vehicle in the middle of the road, but apparently for some people it is. Surprisingly though, I thought they would have been like practically in the dirt going around that curve. I don't know if it coincides with approaching traffic and then they decide to dart over, or what, they could be distracted, I don't know. Again, the purpose of this channel is not to shame people, not to make fun, it's to educate. That's it. So if somebody's watching this and goes, hey, I know that person, they tell them, or maybe they do it themselves, and it changes people's perceptions of the law. Hey, that's job done right there. Thankfully, this person is going the speed limit. I gotta say that though, because I thought as soon as they literally got into that lane, that turn lane, illegally by the way, because it was solid white lines, they got in like, if they would have waited another half a second, they would have missed their turn. So I thought as soon as that happened, I was like, oh great, here we go. We got something happening here. But they've been pretty good other than driving in the ditch, so I'm trying to keep my distance. But yeah, it seems like whenever traffic approaches, they really get over. Here's another. They were in the ditch because they weren't paying attention. most systems, in fact, I can't think of a system that you can disable. So you'd be like having to literally fight your way into the ditch every single time. New vehicle like that, there's about a 98% shot that it's got it on there, even if it's an entry model. Jesus, man. And again, too, like the dead giveaway is the fact that you're crossing a white line. But the next dead giveaway is all those stones that you would hear just pinging up underneath your vehicle, taking off the undercoating, damaging your wheel well, damaging your rims. Have you ever seen rims of vehicles that spend a lot of time on gravel roads? Holy Christ. The damage that does, insane. I'm pretty sure this isn't their first time doing it either. So there's a lot of dead giveaways saying that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, but they're fighting every single instinct and every single indicator.
My DIY
They're
tinkering
persistent,
years,
I guess.
We're puttering around the backyard, and this weekend, among the different chores I was doing, I decided that I was going to not only design but also build a raised planter box that will go around like the outside of my sunroom, like an L-shaped thing. Like I'm not talking about building like, you know, the grade 7 shop class birdhouse, which I think is like the elementary basic entry level stuff for carpentry. I have zero carpentry skills. I've decided to go with a big L-shaped.
And then wide load comes
box,
down the road.
which is like,
They don't cross the line.
17
Did you see that?
that?
The wide load shows up and he doesn't cross the line.
I have no skills.
He's like, no, I don't have to cross now.
One,
That's the one
I
time
don't
that
even know where to
you
start.
wouldn't be permitted, but it would be maybe
Yeah.
excusable.
Like a table saw. I have to rent a table saw. Can I do this all manually with a regular saw?
But the sounds of it, you could probably do it with like one of those hand saws, like, you know, like the electric hand saw ones.
Oh, like a skill saw.
Skill saw, that's it.
Or a circular saw. I decided that I'm going to do this, but I also know that I'm going to get like a portion of the way in and realize that I'm like in over my head. So I'm looking for your DIY mishaps. Like, what are some things?
Not only do you have to build it, you also have to make sure it's level and all that stuff too, which is also a bit of a pain. So good luck on that.
Somebody said I could write a book called 101 Ways to Screw Up Refinishing Your Hardwood Floors. Like, there's just certain things that should be left to the pros.
Yeah.
I once almost burned down a shed trying to install my own electrical. Again, something that you leave to the pros. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm worried. You know what? YouTube it. See, somebody texted in, YouTube it. That's a great piece of advice. YouTube has like got a bunch of amazing things, but the one thing I've discovered is that these experts on YouTube, they make it look really easy.
Oh yeah, because they've done it a million times.
Even though they explain it to you in really simple terms, like some people really endeavor to make it understandable to like the average person, it's still like one of those things that looks easier than it is.
And then the other problem you're going to have too is that there's a lot of math involved, and I know you're a huge math fan.
Oh God, yeah.
Because you're going to have to figure out how much.
That's what I think about his driving. Holy man. Again, though, like that normal sized truck, oh, I got to get over. Wide load truck, yeah, I don't have to get over. That's what I took away from this. Can you see that? He's got his phone up. Yep, he's got his phone up over his right shoulder. And he's doing 8 under the speed limit. Yeah, I don't have time for that. So maybe that's why he was swerving into the ditch the whole time, is because he was on his phone the whole time. yeah, I don't need to be behind somebody that's on their phone, and I don't need to be behind somebody that is not going the speed limit, and I don't need to be behind somebody that is swerving into the ditch and is going to give me yet another broken windshield that I'll be on the hook for $2,200. Yes, the speed limit's not a target, but I didn't catch up to him by going under the speed limit. I also didn't catch up to him by going over the speed limit. That is identified in the Highway Traffic Act as impeding, and they can be and should be charged for it. Drive safe, everybody. Be considerate. Pay attention.